ever feel like you're overwhelmed? You just have way too many items in your to-do list, and that list just never stops piling up, and there's always new things. You cross out one item and a new one comes on, and just the stress and the anxiety just builds up and up and up. Well, me too. I've been there many times. I'm still dealing with all that and learning new tips and techniques that can help me deal with that. And I'm going to share some of those with you. So please, if this interests you, if this is you that sometimes you just are overwhelmed by anxiety, especially in the closing of the year, I have accounting to do to close all the stuff in my life, family life and business life. I have to do all the shopping and everything for Christmas, which I think I cover that. So that's easy for me. We've covered that in a video. You can feel free to look it up and see what my solution is for that. But today I'm going to talk about the overall item list, including your supermarket list and things that you want to do, your goals, your dreams, everything, what you have to do for your children, what you have to do for work. And it seems like that list never stops building up. And therefore, in proportion to that list is your level of stress. And not always it means that you have a list that is written down on paper. We could have a mental list, a list that just doesn't let us be present in the here and now because we're constant somewhere else in the future, predicting what we have done or haven't done or what's going to happen, or judging ourselves because we haven't covered everything that was still on the list, maybe one more item, and we cross out that item and a new one appears on the list. So I'm going to tell you now what you got to do. What works for me, I'm not telling you what to do because you're your own person. I want you to be you and decide for yourself. But maybe something of what I'm sharing will help you. What has helped me is to decide to take a deep breath early in the morning through my nose and then exhale and let all my stress out. And just take a couple of deep breaths, ideally with my eyes closed, ideally in nature, in this beautiful environment, after my meditation and after my run and after my yoga practice. And what I find is that it's a bit like when the water is murky, and you can't see through, but if you let it sit, you can see how everything goes down to the bottom, and you can see the water crystal clear. Well, we are the same. There is so much stuff that we add on ourselves and what we gotta do and be and expectations. And some of those items in your list, if you were to filter each of them through your heart, through that space in your heart, where you already know you're whole, everything you are, you already have. Everything you need, you already are. And this is your inner state. It's your right as a human being, as a spiritual person, having this experience in this physical life. You deserve to be whole. You deserve to realize that you already have it all, so that stress can diminish, and all the impurities and all the toxicity that all those items in the list are creating in our minds and in our hearts, and the stress in our bodies that then manifest into symptoms, we can literally let it go. So the way to cross out those items is to really have a sincere conversation with yourself and realize this item, for example, if I have lose weight by the end of the year, does that belong to me, or is that an old story? Maybe my dad or my mom or society expects women to be of a certain weight. But what about what I want? What about what I really need? So if that does not belong to me and I can just be happy the way I am, well, cross that out. And don't wait until you lose that weight to be happy. Start being happy today. Embody and allow yourself, give yourself permission to live to the fullest and celebrate and be grateful for what you have in today, instant, in this moment that is presenting. This is the only life we have, the one happening right now in front of us, not the one that's going to happen when you complete your list, which is never going to end, by the way. So if we start crossing out and doing like a hierarchy of those items, and we are very, very sincere with ourselves, we realize that many of those items do not belong to us. They belong to our children, they belong to our partners, they belong to society, they belong to all the stories, on and on and on. But many of them are not sincerely attuned. They are not aligned with our hearts, our spirits, our minds, what we really want to do. So what I ask you to do is to be really honest with yourself, to sit in meditation with that list and start truly crossing out. It's a bit like going into your closet. I know I used this analogy before, and realizing, oh my God, I still have clothing from when I was a teenager. And just because it fits me, it doesn't mean I should keep wearing it. But I still have it. Is that attachment? Is that the fact that, it's there? Maybe I'll need it someday, but I don't really need it. I'm not using it. Time to let go. Time to release that energy so somebody else can use it. But we can do exactly the same. We can start cleaning out and releasing the items that don't belong to us with a real sincere conversation with ourselves, so that list perhaps has 3 items at a time, items that really are meaningful to you, and then a solid plan as to how you're going to accomplish those items. And then you use this technique. This is a secret: divide and conquer. If you try to approach them all at once, we really get stuck and we get nowhere. It's like, instead of having a clear path like this, that is just clear and I know where I'm going, is trying to get through the forest like this. It's going to be very confusing. Which way am I going to go? I'm confused. I'm not getting anywhere. I'm just crashing against my own self because I cannot see the forest for the tree, right? Or for the trees in this case. So I propose that, since perhaps you try, like me, many times to, approach your list of many items to do, and without getting really much of anywhere and getting stressed, what about deciding I'm going to do 3 things, but I'm going to divide and conquer. I'm going to prioritize. This is more important than this. This I want to accomplish now. And each of them, you can develop a solid plan. And a plan starts with one choice, one step that you can do in the here and now to manifest going forward that one outcome without at the same time being attached to the outcome. And that is really hard. But as you do that, you realize that a lot of that tension releases, a lot of that stress, mental, physical, also leaves your body, and you start feeling a sense of peace. Because guess what? You can't control what's happening out there. You can't control the outcome in your list, but you can control how you manifest and how you connect with those items and how you ensure, because you're the captain, you're the boss of your body and your life, that those items are really relevant to us. It's like if I tell my kid, go and study guitar, and he's like, Mom, I don't want to do music. Good for him. He knows what he wants. He's not going to do it. We are the same. Just because we're all grown up, it doesn't mean that we want to do things that do not resonate with us. Be very honest, because the things you're going to accomplish are the things that really are honest with your soul, and they're aligned with your heart, your mind, your spirit. And when you align how you think, how you feel, and how you act, your life will manifest tenfold exactly the items that deserve to be in your list. So please go ahead, and I ask you this open question. What are the 3 items you really want to put in your list today, not tomorrow, today? And what is the one action for each of those that you're going to take at separate times? Because if we do them all at once, we're not going to get anywhere. And then make the commitment. Are you serious about those things? Do you really want them? Because if you're honest about it, you'll get there. Follow your path. It will lead you to your destiny, as long as it's the path with heart. And then there's not going to be any obstacles, because you're going to make it happen. If there's one obstacle on the way, you're going to go over, around, underneath, whichever way you need to, or ideally you're going to go through it. Okay, and I'm going to be here to help you and keep you accountable. And you're going to keep me accountable. And I'm going to share all my obstacles, all my frustrations, because I'm not perfect. I'm just learning with you and trying to shed some clarity in some of our human struggles, that they should not be there, so that we can be at peace and at ease and flow with life. Do you want to be peaceful? I want to be peaceful. If you are the authentic you that you are, you put the 3 items in your list that are attuned and in tune with your heart and your soul, you'll be so happy and thrilled, and so will I, and this world will be a beautiful, shiny place. Let's do it together. Together we're stronger. Let's make this world shine. And if any of this information resonates with you, please subscribe. I'm here to guide you as your transformational inner fulfillment coach that brings clarity to your life, so that you can embrace the best authentic you. Thank you, love, peace, and namaste.